So though I'm recording this with a camcorder, I'm using my Canon G20, Vixia G20 camcorder. I do shoot a lot on my SLR, my DSLR, and of a lot of the shooting I do, I like to do video on my SLR, believe it or not. Yeah, camcorder is way more convenient, and you can achieve some breathtaking results, but there's something about video and SLR. It's undeniably just a different element of capturing what you're trying to capture. The byproduct of that is I've invested quite a bit of money into a family of lenses, but no matter how many lenses I've got, and I've got probably close to 10 at this point, this prime lens, which is not even anywhere near the most expensive lens I have, is one of my favorites. It's a really cool lens, the 35mm prime, and it's a 1.8 f-stop, so it's great for low light, and the video I'm able to achieve with it is great. Unfortunately, because I use this lens so much, it's gotten quite dirty. I always take great care not touching the glass or making sure that my lens caps are always on there, but things happen, right? Airborne elements get to the glass itself, and from time to time we need to kind of tune it up. So I'm going to do that today and show you how I maintain my glass. If you've seen any of my other videos, I have a GoPro that I recently just cleaned up, and I did a video on that. I also went ahead and did that on one of my other SLR lenses. The SLR lens that I did before is a fisheye lens that I've got, and that was in pretty good condition. This one's dirty. This one's really dirty. You can probably see it right in the video right there. And I want to clean all that up. So the first thing I'm going to do with any lens that I've got, okay, is I'm going to use a little air pump like this one, okay, without touching the glass. I'm going to go ahead and blow air at the lens. And what I'm doing here is I'm just getting anything that's loose, any kind of dust that's on there, and just blowing that away. Alright? And I'm going to go ahead in the back end of the lens, I'm going to do the same thing. Because we're dealing with two pieces of glass here, right? I got the back and the front. So everything has to be as clean as the other. They all work together. Now that we've got that, we're going to use a brush here, okay, specifically for cleaning lenses, and we're just going to wipe away any of the stubborn dust, okay, that the air did not remove. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of get in here all into the crevices over here that is beyond the scope of the glass. But, you know, we want to keep the surrounding areas as clean as possible as well. Alright, and again, with respect to working in conjunction with each other, we're going to take care of the back as well. I'm not grinding this in, I'm not jabbing it. If you notice I'm not shaking anything, just let the tool do the work. Okay? This is a lot better than it was before, but to me it doesn't look as good as it should. And what the next thing I'll do is I'm going to use a lens tissue. Okay, I'm sure whoever's watching this, you probably know what a lens tissue is, but if you don't know, it is a piece of paper, unlike the tissue that you probably have in your bathroom. This is specifically made for lenses. Alright, it's not abrasive, and it's dry, arid dry. Not something that's got lotions in it or any kind of cleansing agents in it. It's just straight, clean paper. And you want that. You don't want lotions and any kind of things on there because they'll streak the glass. It'll make a film and most likely attract more dust and dirt. I'm looking at this now. This looks 90% better than what it did before. I want it to be perfect. So the next thing and the last step we're going to do is we're going to use a lens cloth. This is a microfiber cloth. Okay, this is specifically made for lenses. This isn't something I had in my garage. This isn't a cut of an old undershirt that doesn't fit me anymore. This is a lens cloth. And that's important that we use things that are made for what we're working on. Just give it a spritz or two, nothing crazy. It's not dripping wet, it's not doused in it. And I'm using the solution that this came with. This isn't palm olive or any kind of soap and water or rubbing alcohol. I don't know what really this stuff is made of, but it doesn't matter. I'm using what it came with. I'm going to do the front and I'm going to do the back. Alright. Again, I'm not grinding in there. I'm not, jabbing at it or using any kind of, just weird motions or anything. I'm just kind of letting the tool do the work. And I'm using my head here. This is glass that we're working with. It's strong glass, don't get me wrong. But it's still glass. And you don't want to sit there and chip away at it or scrape at it or grind anything into it. Alright? I can tell you wholeheartedly, I don't know if the camera's picking this up, this lens looks like it's brand new again. Brand spanking new. I don't know if you could tell. I'm try to cast a light that's in there. You got that reflection from my CFL in there. You can actually see straight through. Inside the lens, you see the back end here also. Crystal clean, no spots, no nothing. And that's it. I'm also, while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and just, with the lens out of the way, just blow some air all around the shroud itself. Okay, anything that the lens is going to be near, I want it to be as clean as possible. So even just a lens cap, right? I mean, what harm is this? Just get anything that's free and far and out of the way. We're going to put our shroud back on. And I'll put that back on. And that's it. Lens is nice and clean. We're going to strap this back onto my SLR, and if I wasn't going to use that, I'd put the cap on the back and just make sure this is as clean as possible. And in a month or two, depending on how much I'm shooting and what I'm using, I'll look at this again and I'll see, is it time for a cleaning or is it good enough? If it doesn't need it, then I won't do it. And that's it. If you have any questions, let me know.